It's Tuesday, and I am not fresh out the shower. I just got back home from leaving the orthodontist and doing some grocery shopping. But before I did that, yes, I did shave. Yes, I did make sure that I got this crisp taper. And as we do, per usual, every single week, it is time to get this reflection walk going. And this week is very special. The reason why is because I want to talk about whenever you set a particular goal and you reach it, what happens next? Well, in my case, one of the goals that I had was to reach 300,000 views on this channel by, New Year's. And just so happened, I reached it today. So when you guys find yourself reaching a particular goal earlier than normal, or you hit that metric sooner than you thought, the thing that you must do is you got to keep going. Do not take your foot off the gas. Keep going and keep pushing yourself, because there is always a next level with anything that you involve yourself in. Even with work, I wanted to work enough overtime that way I could buy the gifts for Christmas for my loved ones, take my son and my lady on these outings, whether it's dinner, going to these holiday events. And I did that already. But guess what? My ass is still going to go in and work some more overtime, because there's no such thing as enough money in my eyes. There's always money to make, because until I have the financial freedom to fire my place of employment, I need to make more money. I still got a mortgage. I still got insurance. I still got to budget my money. I still have to make sure that I have enough savings just in case I have a unexpected expense. So, guys, never ever allow you reaching a particular goal early to stop you from grinding. You got to keep hustling. You got to act like that goal didn't even exist once you reach it, because there are new goals, there are new aspirations that I know that you have within yourself that you want to reach. So check that goal off of your list and create a new one if you haven't already. You have to keep going. I tell my son this all the time when he hits his metric on that basketball court. Hey, give me 2 more. Give me 4 more. And it pushes him, and he ends up doing it 9 times out of 10. So do not allow your accomplishments to deter you from continuing to move forward, to reach that next level in life, guys. I know that, we watch our animes and everything, and I'm going to give you a Solo Leveling reference. That's what Jin Woo does all the time. That's what he does. He'll reach a particular level and he's like, nah, I'm not done. I got to get stronger. Same thing with Goku and Vegeta, the Saiyans. They do the same thing. Super Saiyan 1 was not enough for them. They needed to push it to the limits and keep going until they became Super Saiyan gods. And that's what we need to do too, guys. It's not enough just to reach the goal. You got to continue, because what's going to happen is you're going to get comfortable, and then stuff starts crumbling all around you. Your girl's not going to be attracted to you no more, because women are attracted to ambitious men, and you don't want to lose that ambition just because you reached a certain dollar amount or a certain goal that you had in mind that you reached early. No, keep grinding, keep hustling, continue to be an example for the people around you. If you're a parent, especially if you got sons, you got to make sure that you show them that you have a strong work ethic, and good enough is not enough at all. Tuesday content starts right now. Good day, good people. It's AT Malone, the first of my name because the second is already here. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more videos from your boy. Now, I woke up this morning extremely focused, motivated, dialed in, because I had a lot of things to do in the morning. I had to make sure that I worked out. I had to make sure that I got my son situated, got him on the bus. I had to make sure that I had shaved, cut my hair, go to the orthodontist on time, do the grocery shopping, set myself up for success for my work week. And I really love my life, guys. It's not perfect at all. I'm actually supposed to be at work right now, but I messed up with my scheduling as far as when I was supposed to go to the orthodontist. I thought I was supposed to go yesterday, and I showed up there looking like an idiot because I wasn't paying attention to the dates. And when they sent me that confirmation text, I just scroll past it, hit confirm, and kept it moving. And I took an actual overtime shift. But regardless of any of that, what we must do when we make certain mistakes is you can't live in the moment for a long period of time, because it distracts you from coming up with a solution, a contingency plan for it. So what I did was, yes, I was a little upset, but I covered it with my PTO as far as that shift today. And then I took another shift on Sunday so I could make that extra money. And that's what I was talking about during my reflection walk, guys, is you just got to keep going. When money is available to you, you better go and take that. I don't know if y'all been outside as much as I've been outside, but when I go outside, I see people under duress. I see them struggling. I'm seeing them sleeping under bridges. They got their cardboard signs out, and it's everybody. Black people, white people, men, women. It's a ton of people that are going through it right now. So that motivates me to say, look, you could either be like that person right there, begging for money, sleeping under a bridge, and it's 30 degrees outside, or you could be getting money and maxing out as many hours as you possibly can. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'd rather lose sleep working my ass off, not playing video games. I'll sacrifice sex, I'm gonna be honest with you, in order for me to make $1, because I'm not going back to being under duress financially. I've been there at my younger age, and I'm not going to go back to that being 40 years old. That's some bullshit. I got a whole son over here I gotta take care of and make sure that I set him up for success. So if that means that I gotta work when I don't even feel like working, guess what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to make as much money as possible. I'm going to run up that bag, and I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to invest my money wisely, properly, and make sure that we never go broke. All men should be thinking like this, guys. You are a provider. You are a man. God built you to be able to withstand what the world throws at you. So you got to make sure that you maximize your income potential. All right. It don't matter if you working in a warehouse, if you working in an office, if you doing construction outside, go get that money, guys. Make as much of it as you possibly can, because you don't want to walk around with empty pockets. Nobody likes that. It puts you in a bad mood. It makes you insecure. It makes you question why you're living on this earth. Yes, we do that. I know that a lot of people don't talk about that, but guess what? Money solves a lot of issues. It really does. I know that they say, money is the root of all evil, but I think the way that we look at money makes it evil, okay? If you have evil intentions when it comes to money, then yes, it becomes evil. But like I said last week, we got to look at money as a tool. That's it, all right? Man, I cooked on that freestyle thoughts. I just had to get it off my chest. I have a lot of things going on in my mind, and this is a great outlet for me to be able to put it out there to the masses. But enough about that. You know why we are here. We are here for the richest man who ever lived, King Solomon's secrets to success, wealth, and happiness. And this is part 2 of chapter 7, titled The Happiness Secret. Last week, we talked about what keeps us from being truly happy. So one thing was looking for happiness in the wrong places, a lack of gratefulness, and I stopped there. Now we're going to pick up from where we left off last week, and we're going to talk about envy, okay? And we all have been guilty of being envious of people. So wrath is cruel and anger is outrageous, but who is able to stand before envy? And that's Proverbs 27:4. If I had what he or she had, then I'd be happy. Now, we've all had these thoughts in our minds. Me personally, I used to see the wealthy guy pull up in cars that I wanted to drive one day, and then on the passenger side, it'd be a baddie chick. And they would, go inside like the Galleria or some expensive restaurant. And in my teens and in my 20s, of course, as a man, we're broke as hell. We still on the come up. We still trying to figure it out. But what I started doing is I stopped envying them and used it as a form of inspiration. And I just kept working, I kept grinding, and then I bought my second car at the age of 21. And then right after that, I bought my first diamond watch, which I still have to this day, just to commemorate where I've come from. And then all of a sudden, I became that guy. So guys, I understand that we want to have things that other people have, but you also got to remember this. There's a time and a place for everything, okay? Success don't come overnight. We know this. And you just got to keep working towards it. And when you see people that have the things that you want, you can go up and ask them, hey, what do you do for a living? Can you give me some inspiration on how I can get to your level? But being envious and jealous of these people, it just causes major issues, even within your clique, right? One guy might be that dude that's making all of the money while the rest of the guys in his circle ain't making as much money. Or, you got one guy that gets all of the girls, right? And this is why you don't want to hang out with broke guys or guys who can't get women. Because if you hang out with those type of guys, they will stab you in the back 100%. They're going to look at you and they're going to say, damn, why does he get all of this and I have nothing? And then he's going to try to siphon those resources off of you. So you got to be mindful of that, okay? Now, my bad. Envy takes your eyes off of what you have and focuses your attention on what you don't have. It reflects an attitude of arrogance and entitlement. It really does, honestly. That's why gratefulness is important, because gratefulness means to be full of gratitude. And when your heart is full of gratitude, there's no room for envy to grow. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is a sense of entitlement. Every man's way is right in his own eyes, and that's Proverbs 21:2. Today, no matter what people have or what they've been given, they often feel that they are entitled to more. All right, so America is suffering from entitlement, guys. America is suffering from entitlement because, one, we have these illegal and legal migrants coming over here trying to dictate how America is supposed to be ran. Could you guys imagine if somebody walked inside of your house, okay, not paying one damn bill, not saving any money to even purchase the house, literally just walking in, barging in and saying, listen, this is how this household is going to be ran. When you sacrifice life and limb to make sure that you were able to purchase this home, you had to deal with, making sure that all of the paperwork went through with the underwriting. You had to save your money. You had to pay the insurance, the property taxes for years on end. You had to cut back on expenses that you had just to maintain your household. You also created certain rules and regulations within your household that everybody abides to. And you got this stranger coming in your house and saying, nah, we're not gonna do this. That's how us Americans feel now with these legal and illegal migrants coming over here telling us what is and what isn't constitutional and what land belongs to them when they from a whole nother country. No. And now you getting pushback. But when the people start pushing back, now we're considered racist or bigots. No, you are a guest in our house. You did not have your ancestors build this country. So who are you to tell us how this country is supposed to be ran? This is why I firmly believe if you are not from the United States of America, you should not be making our laws at all. No, I don't even think some of y'all should even own any land in the United States of America, honestly, because you're not going to do what's in the best interest of the United States. You can't. If you are from another country, you're always going to prioritize your home country. And I understand it. You should. But at the same time, you need to act like you a guest here. Straight up, you do, because we're getting sick of people on social media and even in real life, because I've seen it in real life, telling us that we got to acquiesce to your culture. I don't need to speak your language, okay? We speak English here. You need to learn our language. You need to, assimilate to our culture. That's what you need to do. But a lot of these people, they don't do that. They just link up with people from their home country, and then they create their own little world, and we're getting sick and tired of that. Also, let's talk about these damn squatters that barge into people. No, they don't barge in. They break in to people's homes that they're either still paying mortgage on. They're trying to rent it out. It's vacant. And then you got these stupid squatter laws, which is dumb as hell. So you basically can steal somebody's property without any ramifications. There's no accountability there. You're not going to go to jail at all if you abide by these squatter rules. But that's some bullshit. There should not even be any squatter laws. If you break into somebody's home, you need to go to jail, okay? That's what needs to happen. And hopefully they'll start changing these laws, because that's where this entitlement all is coming from, guys. People think that they can do whatever the hell that they want to do, and they can't. But since they're protected by these liberal states and cities, they think that they can just run however they want to without any type of ramifications at all. And that's where entitlement needs to be put to a stop, put to an end, big time, okay? So the next thing we're going to talk about is foolishness. He that trusts in his own heart is a fool, but whoever walks wisely will be delivered. And that's Proverbs 28:26. Now, the final obstacle that stands as a roadblock to happiness is our own unwillingness to look outside ourselves. We rely solely upon our understanding in our own hearts and make decisions based upon our feelings. Solomon says in Proverbs 28:26 that he that trusts in his own heart is a fool. Our feelings change like the weather. One moment we're happy, the next we're sad. One moment we're filled with love, the next we're driven by hate. And you know what? Let's just be honest. Women are the biggest culprits of this. Their actions are dictated by their emotions, guys. Sorry, they're emotional creatures. And when men act like that, that's why they don't get any respect. That's why they're considered weak, because men are supposed to be logical. We are supposed to think things through. We don't expect women to do that, because that's just not how they're made. They're emotional creatures. This is why one day they'll just say, you know what? I'm not happy anymore. I'm going to divorce my husband and be for the streets. I'm going to destroy my household. I'm going to ruin my kids because I'm unhappy. They will prioritize their happiness over duty any day of the week. And this is why you have to be a dominant man that holds court all the time. Be a king. You're not a partner. Y'all don't stand side by side. No, you lead, she follows, because if you allow that woman to lead, she will lead you to destruction. No cap, guys. Been there, done that, not ever going back to that. If that means that I might be looked at as an asshole, a misogynist, a dictator, I don't give a damn, okay? I will always be in a position of authority in my household. Why? Because that is my ordained position to be in. I am a leader, my lady follows me, and guess what? She's happy as hell that she does not have to worry about making major decisions. Yes, most women don't even want to do that shit, guys. But a lot of times we end up getting in the box, and it makes us weak, and we start losing our grit and our authority because the sex might be so damn good that it clouds our judgment, and you can't allow that to happen, guys. Be a king. Run your household the way that you want to run it, because if you allow your woman to do it, I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be hell on earth. All right. Now, overcoming the barriers to personal happiness. This is simply a matter of doing what the various proverbs we've read about advise us to do. Now, the first thing that it tells us is to develop a grateful heart. This simply means that throughout each day, focus on those things for which you are grateful for. Now, when I pray every day, the first thing I say is, Heavenly Father, thank you. So I'll tell the man upstairs what I'm thankful for. My son does the same type of prayer too. Thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. That way we show a level of appreciation from the start. Yes, we ask for deliverance of certain things or things that are going on in our lives. But when you get on your knees and you pray, you need to be giving thanks first to show God that you are grateful for the blessings that He has placed upon you. All right. So 2, eliminate your sense of entitlement. A false sense of entitlement in any area of your life is an enemy that will keep you bound to unhappiness. You have to break loose and relinquish the unrealistic expectations you may have of others. Now, nobody owes you anything. That's the easiest way to navigate through this, right? Knowing the fact that you need to earn everything that you get and that nobody owes you shit at all. Your parents, same thing. They don't owe you anything but the opportunity to grow up in a nurturing, safe household. But once that job is done and you're an adult, everything else is on you. You know, your parents don't owe you anything. So you shouldn't ever feel entitled to nothing that you did not earn. All right. Now, as you do this, you'll become a lot happier and increase the ability to love and respect others unconditionally. Root out any weeds of envy. When you find yourself envying others, remind yourself of these 3 factors. You don't know their whole story of challenges. Everything a person owns is left behind at death, and death can take anyone at any time. All right. Those things are self-explanatory, right? Yes, people hate rich people for some sort of reason still, but they don't even understand that most rich people who became rich came out of poverty, okay? They're first generation millionaires, and they're so shallow, and they don't even have common sense to really take a step back and think like, damn, they probably did something impactful and provided some level of value to society that's why they ended up, becoming wealthy and being able to have the things that I want, that I'm envious of them for having, okay? And then, yes, we know that you can't take it with you. This is why you got to give it away while you are alive and well, so you can change people's lives for the better. You use those resources, yes, to get what you want, but you also want to give those resources to other people. That way you can inspire them to be better. And yeah, you can't take it with you when you die. And you better have, some kids or somebody to inherit your wealth, because then it's like, what you gonna give it to? Some charity, which they're not gonna spend it on the actual charity. They're gonna use it to fund the actual inner workings of the charity. You know what I'm saying? So, start living wisely. Wisdom is not simply knowledge, knowing the truth about something. It involves action, simply stated. Wisdom is the effective application of truth in your daily behavior. That part was kind of tough, man. These braces is tight, and hey, it is what it is. We got through it. But that completes chapter 7. I hope you guys enjoyed chapter 7. We're going to move on to chapter 8 next week. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. Make sure you get your Revita. Now, everybody is not born with superior genetics, okay? We all want to have a full head of hair for the rest of our lives, but sometimes it don't work out that way. So if you need that extra boost to fill in your thin spots, or your hair is breaking on you, use your Revita, man. Shampoo and conditioner. I will leave my affiliate link down in the description so you guys can check it out. It's been working wonders for me the last few months that I've been using it. So I highly recommend you guys give it a test run. All right. Well, that's it for Tuesday's content. I still got to edit, clip this thing up so it can drop at 7 o'clock Central Time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Feel like they tryna box me in, so I keep a small circle around me. So fuck friends, I kept it real out the